Alrighty guys, so the turbo's installed. Just car's looking okay. It needs paint obviously. It's dirty as anything. But what I would say I noticed is my boost. First of all, I'm getting an awful lot of smoke at different points in the rev range. Now I think that's because when I'm driving with this old gearbox, I'm in top gear basically nearly straight away, so my RPM is low, and then I try and build it and I'm just getting too much fuel and causing lots of smoke. If I go down to third, I get an awful lot less smoke, and the car will drive an awful lot better as well for it. But what I have noticed, I was messing around with my boost control solenoid, that is faulty, because when I went to screw it out, it had already kind of popped itself clean. I'd say it's after pulling the threads. It couldn't cope with the boost or something. It was a cheap enough system, so I just piped it straight over to my actuator, which is the TD5 actuator. And before, on that TD5 actuator, I was getting 1.4 bar of boost, so that's what it should operate at. But I'm only getting kind of halfway point here, 7.5 or sorry 0.75, 0.8 bar, which means probably because this was set up for the standard turbo, it's just a case of the fueling is out, so that's all I'm able to achieve with this. What I would say is the car feels, because of that bigger turbo, the car feels quite brisk and quick for much smaller boost pressures, if that makes sense. So while it feels sort of sluggish and bogging because of my fueling, or my gearbox and where it sits in the RPM, if you know what I mean, for the bigger turbo, when you're getting like, let's say 0.5 of a bar boost and stuff like that, the car actually feels like it's performing an awful lot better, whereas previously at 0.5 of a bar was your cruising speed. So yeah, a little bit less responsive because of that big turbo as well. So it's hard to know. I need to get that fueling up correct so that I can get the same. I only want maybe 1.4 bar of boost out of this, I think at 1.8 bar, Diesel Pump UK was getting 360 wheel horsepower out of these. I could go for that route, I don't know, I'll do it incrementally anyway, so I might up that on boost fueling a little bit going forward. I'll just give you a look at it installed now. There's another thing, which is the turbo oil return is very tight against the manifold, which I don't necessarily like. So that's the engine there, big turbo, that's looking good. The turbo itself is looking good. You might see there I have a bit of foil put behind that turbo oil return. It sits up against the manifold and I don't really like that. And also, just like the last time, I'm getting a bit of soot coming out of my V-band. But yeah, other than that, it's quite nice setup. I just think I need a bit of teething. There's a bit of teething needed, sorting, I'm just going to see now if I can get the sound. The car sounds totally different as well. That's another thing. So I'm going to put that into third, and we'll see if I can go for a little quick. quite a very nice sound off it now. I don't know if that's just because of that bigger turbo. Waking everybody around. I'm gonna try just giving it a little lick here. Remember now, that's in third, that's that responsive, and those speeds are not accurate. But it's a good sound off it, I think. Now I'm back into fifth or fourth there now, and I hope you're hearing that. Anyway guys, that's a little sound clip of it, a little update.